This is Goku-san, DBZ. And always, this is Sunday, of course, Top 12 Sunday. And today is the first of 4 special themed, anime monster themed Top 12s. And as I mentioned, this Sunday is Top 12 Generation 1 Pokemon. Then next week is Top 12, of course, Digimon. Then week 3, Top 12 Generation 2 Pokemon. And last week is Top 12 Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters, or Duel Monsters. And so keep that in mind. This is based on popular opinion from Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, here on YouTube, looking at where people's opinions are and what they mention their favorites are in comments, and of course Google+. So just mirror that. And also, of course, if you want to get a comment to me, either leave me a comment below on the video here, or you can, of course, send me a message on Twitter, as well as, of course, Google+, which is /GokuSunDBZ. So, leave me a comment, give me ideas for future, and also, of course, mention what your favorites are from this list. Okay, today is first honorable mentions, before I get to the actual top 12. First up is first honorable mention, Squirtle. Second, Pharaoh. Then Nidoking, as well as Nidoqueen. Gloom. Golduck. And also too many others to mention. Well, and last honorable mention, Mew. So, there you go. Honorable mentions. Coming in at number 12 first is a tie between two Pokemon number 12. And they are Dugtrio and Slowbro. Yes, they come in tied for number 12. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people like seeing, for instance, in the Pokemon game. And by the way, Generation 1, this includes both the anime and the video games. Popular. And a lot of people do actually like Dugtrio. Very useful Pokemon in battle, obviously, with moves like Dig, Mud Slap. Very useful for ground-based attacks, of course, obviously, in the Pokemon game. And Slowbro, which is has both, of course, water attacks as well as psychic. Not obviously the most intelligent individual. Coming in at number 11 is another tie. And the first one being Ninetales, which of course is the evolved form, obviously, of Vulpix. And Arbok, the evolved form of Ekans, which is, of course, snake spelled backwards. And also, if you bother to tell, reverse around the letters of Arbok and you have Cobra. Interesting, is it not? Anyways, and those are tied for number 11. Tied for number 10 is between one of the more underrated, but surprisingly, a decent amount of fans, more of the anime than the actual video game on this particular Pokemon, that being Bulbasaur. And tied with them is, of course, the ultimate evolved form, obviously, of Caterpie, and that being Butterfree. And Butterfree is definitely a fan favorite of the first, 20 or so episodes of Season 1 of Indigo League of the Pokemon show. And, of course, definitely a fan favorite also in the video games, given that Butterfree does have its uses with, grass attacks, as well as some psychics, For instance, Sleep Powder, Stun Spore. Also using things like Gust. Can use Fly. Obviously, more useful attacks. It can also use stuff like Psybeam, Psychic, and things of that nature. So it does have its uses, given it can do both Grass and Psychic. It's definitely a very useful Pokemon to use, and very popular. Coming in number 9 is another tie. And these are both the main evolved forms, of course. The first is Hypno, which of course is the evolved form of Drowsy. Definitely a fan favorite of Psychic type Pokemon that it of course is. And tied with it is the ultimate evolved form of Pidgey, that being Pidgeot, which is definitely a fan favorite, which of course eventually Pidgeot of course ends up a Pokemon obviously of Dear Ash, though they actually keep it more as a Pidgeotto for the most period of time in the anime series. And of course it's very useful with its different wind attacks, and definitely a fan favorite over the years. It's probably become one of the more popular bird type Pokemon obviously. Coming in at number 8 is Poliwhirl, the ultimate evolved form of Poliwag of course. And the Talking Cat for Team Rocket. Meowth, that's right. And yes, Meowth. That weirdo cat. And coming in, tied at number 7, is sort of a knockoff Pokemon of, I guess you could say, Jackie Chan, and the other one is a knockoff of like Bruce Lee or Jet Li. And of course the first being Hitmonchan and the other one Hitmonlee, which you can kind of figure given the names. And coming in at number 6 is a tie between Haunter, some would say why not Ghastly or Gengar. Yeah, you see a little bit more, and technically it's the same Pokemon overall, but Haunter seems to be the more fan favorite of the 3 forms for some reason, though Ghastly has actually appeared in probably more episodes, and Gengar being the ultimate evolved form, but the fan favorite version for some reason is Haunter. Personally, I think Haunter's cool, but my personal favorite was always Ghastly, the first of the 3 forms. And tied with it, of course, is another fan favorite, which is the signature Pokemon of course, Brock. And that being Onix. Which is pretty cool Pokemon, definitely useful, but of course, obviously very weak against water type attacks, but very good against other types of Pokemon like, say, electric types and things of that nature. It's very useful against. Coming in at number 5 is a tie between 2 ultimate evolved forms. The first, the evolved form of one of the most useless creatures ever, Magikarp, of course, that being the awesome Gyarados, and the other one being the ultimate evolved form of Squirtle. Interestingly, of earlier forms of Pokemon, Squirtle is not as popular, surprisingly, as his ultimate evolved form, Blastoise, or as I kind of like the nickname, Water Bowser, which is hilarious. Coming in number 4 is the only one with no tie, and that is perhaps one of the ultimate Psychic type Pokemon ever. The ultimate evolved form of course, Abra, and that being Alakazam. Abra Kadabra. Alakazam. Kind of funny. No spoons. 1 spoon. 2 spoons. And yes, I'm kind of quoting Honest Game trailers. Pokemon Red and Blue. LOL. Coming at number 3 is a tie between the 3 mystic birds. And that being, of course, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Or this bird is on fire. I can't help it. I love Oz game trailers. But no, awesome Pokemon. Of course, we got to see in all their glory and stuff, of course, in the second Pokemon movie, Pokemon 2000. We got to see the 3 Mystic Birds, which are all pretty awesome. They're my personal favorite. In the overall looks department and design, personally for me, I was always probably the biggest fan of Articuno. Was probably my favorite design-wise. I was never the biggest fan of Moltres. No, Zapdos is okay, but Articuno is the one I just always liked the overall. Though I'd say most people, it's a deadlock between Moltres and Zapdos by far. Coming in at number 2, Typhlosion Silver Medal. Dragonite, which is definitely considered one of the ultimate Pokemon. And of course, the most powerful psychic Pokemon that ever lived. Mewtwo. The main character of course, Pokemon the first movie. And, of course, then Pokemon The Return of Mewtwo. Pretty cool, is it not? And yes, it is. And I just very much thought Mewtwo was awesome, and the voice casting choice they chose for Mewtwo was a good choice. Definitely adds a little more intimidation factor with having the good deep voice, just suits the Pokemon Mewtwo. Definitely one of the more interesting. Of course, we know that Ash never was able to beat, though Red somehow managed to beat Mewtwo, thanks to the Mega Evolved form of his Charizard, of course. Mega Charizard. And now tied at number 1. And that being definitely the 2 fan favorites. The mascot of the TV series, and still around 20 years later, and still the mascot. And even got his own special edition of Pokemon Yellow. And yes, that is Ash's favorite Pokemon. Definitely the Pokemon basically became the figurehead of the Pokemon franchise. Pikachu. Given they even made a special Japanese Pikachu edition in 64. And also even got games like Hey Yo Pikachu video game with the mic and everything. So yeah, it's interesting, and yeah, it's no surprise Pikachu is tied for first place. And I will admit, personally, Pikachu is probably my number 1 favorite Pokemon, and personally my number 2 favorite is the one tied for number 1, and which is pretty much most people's by far favorite, and definitely my favorite card of the card game. But awesome in the video games, you gotta have. And when I played Red or Blue, which now I don't have either, I have Fire Red, which is awesome. And this is the starting Pokemon. I would always choose, of course, Charmander. So now you know who number 1 is. Charizard. Was there any surprise that Charizard would be tied for number 1 with, of course, the beloved Pikachu? No, not really. Charizard just became that awesome Pokemon. I think it's because the overall look and design, and I don't care what they say, Charizard is a dragon. I don't give a damn what they say. Sorry, I have to disagree. Charizard is a dragon. Whether you want to admit it or not, out there, Wizards of the Coast. Yes, I'm speaking to you, Wizards of the Coast. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. And yeah, it's a little shorter than normal, I know, but as always, this is GokuSunDBZ. Peace out. Follow me at twitter.com/GokuSunDBZ, as well as on GooglePlus.com. GooglePlus.com/GokuSunDBZ. Leave me a comment below. Thumbs up this video. Share, and please give me ideas for future top 12s and tell me who your favorite Generation 1 Pokemon are. I'll see you next time here in YouTube Land. But first I'm going to mention I'm going to start doing a special thing at the end of every Sunday now, top 12 list. I'll try to make sure I do it. And that is what I'm calling the Song of the Week. I'm going to do a pick randomly each week of a particular good song. It could be from any decade, from the 60s to current day. Music artists in almost any genre of music. Predominantly, though, will probably be either from techno, pop, rock, metal, alternative, things like that. But the pick of the week for this week, which somebody made a good pick the other day, a really good song, and that is from the British pop band Coldplay. And this is one of their earlier, probably their best song, at least my personal favorite song, but it's definitely a fan favorite. And that song is off of their second studio album. It's called The Scientist. Hands down, an incredible song from Coldplay. Coldplay, in my view, is perhaps one of the greatest pop, probably the greatest British pop group ever in existence. But that's just me. Now, people would say, you're just a crowd person because you like Coldplay because they're popular. Guess what? I liked Coldplay more before they were popular. I was listening to them in 2001, within a year after their debut. When, the song that got me interested in the band was Yellow, like quite a few earlier fans of the band. But yeah, that's my pick song of the week, is from Coldplay, The Scientist, off their second studio album. And next week, I will say this much, the song of next week is going to be from more of a hard rock / alternative rock band. I will say that. But I won't say who until next week in the song. But stay tuned for next week and for the song of the week. And tell me if you like the idea of having a new little segment like this at the end of my Top 12 Sunday. Anyways, I'll see y'all again here in YouTube Land soon enough.